Hey, truth be told, Captain Ron here with Tony Sweet. We are just back off of Contact in the Desert, and today's guest is going to talk about a new festival that's next weekend.
But it's not just
the
a festival.
23rd. It's not just a festival. It's a whole movement.
Yes.
Tony, this is a ramp up from just a festival, from a conference. It's just like actually really in practice doing things. They clean up beaches. They do a lot of really good in the community. And there's so many speakers here, we couldn't even tell how many.
Right.
It's over 50. And they just keep adding and adding. There's speakers, there's yoga people, there's musicians. Please welcome to the show, Adrian Vallera.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
How you doing, bud? How you doing, Adrian?
Good.
This is the second year for DisclosureFest,
This
right?
is our second year.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this year you've added a lot of guests. I mean, you have David Wilcox, Jimmy Church, Nassim. I can't even begin to say the last
Yeah, we
name,
got
but Corey Good's going to be there.
Yeah, Emery Smith. It's really turned
Emery
into
Smith.
something really special. And yeah, we're really excited about it. It's hard work, where it's a free festival, so you got to understand, like, it's really tough to put together.
Well, that's an
these
important
things.
thing to mention, too, that this one's free. I mean, these other ones are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
The fact that this is free, it's a one-day, all-day, it's right in L.A., it's fantastic. There's no reason not to go. It's free.
Well, it sounds like, in the corporate world, it's almost like a nonprofit. So since it's free, what is the purpose of, is it giving back to the universe, the community? I mean, how would you put
galaxy,
it?
Tony.
Yeah, the galaxy.
Well,
how would you put it in words?
Since we got some time, maybe I won't give you the elevator version.
Okay.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
That question goes back to like why we started DisclosureFest.
Right.
And basically, DisclosureFest is a nonprofit community-based platform.
Mm-hmm.
So we are a nonprofit, and
That's perfect.
we deal with mostly our initiatives. And the Mass Meditation Initiative, which is this festival, is one of our initiatives, bringing collective consciousness together in one place in the center of LA to do a mass meditation that's going to be live streamed worldwide. In order to heal ourselves, the planet, in this collective visual journey, and then throughout the day, there's dozens of types of yoga and workshops ranging from past life regression to Ayurveda
That's
to
great.
Vedic astrology, primitive living skills or composting,
There's
basically
all kinds of interesting guys. Just go to that website, DisclosureFest.org, and you can just scroll through these people, and it has a little thing about what they do.
yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, with
So
like
basically, it's just to give back to the community, give them a way to come and kind of learn about a more pure life path, and then on the weekends you can
Right.
kind of join us on tree plantings or beach cleanups, or we have a homeless initiative on Skid Row.
great. Wow.
We'll feed 300 to 500 homeless brothers and sisters, and a good way for you to activate that heart chakra.
Right.
Look at someone that might have HIV and is in the gutter, basically, that you would think, and see a reflection of yourself in that person.
What I
As
find
foo-foo as that sounds,
What I
it's
find
real.
fascinating is like Contact in the Desert, is out in the desert, away from the hustle and bustle. You're bringing it into the center of one of the biggest cities in the world. So how do you take the city away, the hustle and bustle of the city away from the festival? Meaning it's going to bring the people in, but not necessarily keeping the energy out of the craziness of the
That's
city.
it's funny when we were thinking about it. That's the same thing we were thinking, and then all of a sudden, like synchronicity. We were talking about synchronicity. We found this park, and most people don't even know about it. Have you guys ever been there?
No.
No, I haven't.
So basically, it's hidden. It's a 32-acre park, like literally hidden in downtown. 32 acres. Think about it.
It's so awesome.
And it really does have its own energy, in this park, away from it. And part of doing this meditation there, this mass meditation, is because most festivals take all these high frequency, high vibratory people, and then they'll throw them in the desert or in a forest in this awesome festival. So they're taking all this frequency and moving it out of the desert, out into the desert. So we're trying to keep that frequency here in a way to activate more people.
This is
Right.
the right city for this event.
Right,
I mean, LA's
right.
got these
Right,
people.
it is.
I mean, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, it's almost going to be like, I think, picture Burning Man or something, It's going to be...
Might be.
It's funny because we're
something-
kind of partnered with Burning Man.
Oh, did
in a
you
way.
really?
Yeah, they kind of help us with a lot of structures and things like that. So we're
Great.
partnered with a lot of like the conscious festivals. They see what we're doing and they're like, oh, we got to help DisclosureFest.
It felt like Conscious Life a little bit. I think some of these people I saw at Conscious Life Festival when I was going through here, It's the same sort of vibe, kind of a thing, it seems. But you guys do something every week, don't you? Or how often?
Well, the tree plantings and the beach cleanups and the homelessness, those are our weekend things. Those are more like you come to this festival, you learn about all this. Last year, there was a lot of, I would say a good 40 to 50% of the people that never even set foot on a yoga mat or even tried vegan food before, or even practice meditation. So now, like,
right?
You raise your hand all 3 times. So literally, a year from now, we're going to have a conversation saying, man, something happened to me at this festival.
So is this festival sort of almost like a promotion for you for what you guys do throughout the year?
It's a promotion for you.
For me.
Yeah, so that what you're going to be doing after you or come to something like this and witness and be a part of something that's so collective and so harmonious, and then be of service for the rest of the year.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about the title, the name, Disclosure, because that's thrown around a lot these days.
It's
so it makes
name.
it sound very, secretive, UFO.
AOE, conspiracy.
Why was that title brought
Well, I
to
mean,
the table?
I am one of those guys that grew up in the '90s with Bob Lazar and Richard Hoagland and Alexander Collier and Bashar.
Right.
Like these were like my go-tos. I used to have my Gaia was this dude's trunk at Follow Your Heart restaurant where I would go once a week and VHS tapes like the UFO Bigfoot connection. It's the Kennedy assassination, and that was my Gaia back then. So yeah, I have those roots. As I've grew and was awakened from that time, a lot's happened spiritually and with meditation and receiving my downloads. I kind of went towards understanding disclosure is more of like the miracle of like your human body, what you can actually do with your mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
So are you using disclosure in another way? Because in this community, disclosure often means the U.S. government openly admitting to interacting with aliens.
Right.
That's what they mean by disclosure. Like Stephen Bassett, you just interviewed Stephen Bassett last weekend. And that's what he means by that.
Right.
So is that at all what you mean?
Also, it's literally everything.
So that's part of this, but it's much
everything.
more.
It's because, why is there, aluminum and all these heavy metals in chemtrails, and why do they correspond with GMOs? And what do these two things together do in a way to calcify your pineal gland and make you this zombie drone that just walks around? So it's all of it, But then again, DisclosureFest helps you kind of like break out of that in a way, because there's so many modalities you can do in health and wellness where you can decalcify your pineal, you could, become more fit, introduce more of a high vibratory lifestyle as far as food and diet and into your program, and meditation and yoga. So all these things together, along with being of service and using your heart and just not being so self-centered and wrapped up in your 9 to 5 or your social media, or just kind of like just unplug and really plug in the source.
I love the nobility of this. I mean, you were kind enough to talk to me during the last festival, and we were talking about how all this is just basically helping people, if you will.
Right.
And I just think, I just feel like it's such a noble thing, as opposed to these other conferences. There's not even an element of that. It's just sort of learning. This is a genuine, benefit to the community.
Yeah, and yourself.
And yourself, yeah.
And understanding you're just part of this vastness,
Yeah.
And once you understand that, knowing that there's UFOs and aliens and life on all these planets and all these different timelines and future selves and past selves, just knowing that, and then you kind of fast forward to where you are in the present, and you're like, man, there's so much I need to do, because if that's all out there, and that's
will these speakers be talking about that kind of stuff?
All of it, yeah. That's part of the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you can just go station to station all day and do yoga and hear music, right? There's so many things. There's bowls.
Oh, the sound.
Yeah, the sound bowls.
This year we have
Bonnie's going to be juggling chainsaws, which will be fascinating for the audience. It's just going to be a lot of unique things.
Right. With a smile, though.
These sparkly chainsaws.
Sparkly chainsaws.
Glitter chainsaws.
Yeah, that's right.
Virtual chainsaws.
Well, I one thing I think that I'm really impressed. When your first year, you said you had over 4,000 show up. I mean,
incredible.
many people try to do festivals, concerts, and how do you even start? How do you even start to put that together without losing that focus? Because that's a lot of work to do, especially your first time out. Now, luckily, you've done a great job, and season 2 is coming.
Yeah.
So,
you know, a lot of people ask that, and it's interesting because this was again, this was a download during a meditation.
oh, really?
As funny as that sounds, is, you know, I was literally about to do a movie, and, you know, my partner and I, we talked about it after, and we both resonated with it, and we went on hikes and meditations ourselves again after I received these downloads, and we just kept building on it. And it's, again, we got to use that word synchronicity, because things just keep unfolding as like this is supposed to happen.
Synchronicity. It's just like literally before the show, we were walking across the street and we walked right into Adrian. It's just like so many of these things just happen like that. I felt like that at Contact the whole time.
Totally,
just like I turn around, like, I mean, God, we got everybody except for that one guy, and I turn around, he's standing right there.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I love it.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So you actually had an actual, like, an inciting incident in your personal life that during a meditation, this came to you. I'm going to have this idea that I'm going to have a festival.
Yeah, a lot happens during meditation
Yeah.
with me, and this is one of the things. This platform. So yeah, it's amazing, and that's kind of why, you know, we're doing it. And that's why there's no way to just stop doing it. You know, it's just whatever hurdles we, you know, face. Luckily, you know, it's just.
How's it possible that you're able to put it on for free? I mean, that seems unbelievable. I can't believe it's like $5 would seem would to cover something, you know. How do you pull that off? Did you get the city to donate the park?
Well, we're partners with like state parks, and we're partners with a lot of other organizations.
Did you clean them up?
We have
and
a
that
lot of sponsors and you know, our amazing vendors that support us. So it's still super difficult. I mean, a festival like that costs a lot of money. You know, at the last year, you know, we were funding this ourselves. So you know, and this year we're kind of still funding it ourselves until we're not going to be anymore. It's just and luckily this year we got so many amazing sponsors like Sambasan, you know, Asahi, and GT's Kombucha, you know, Dr. Bronner's and Numi Teas. So like people are just like seeing what we're doing, understanding that this is not just a festival. This is really a platform where you can kind of get involved in the community to help each other out. And, you know, it's just making it so much easier to do something like this.
I think it's great.
I like GT. I know him very well. He's a great guy. He actually started kombucha because of his mother.
Yeah.
Was it cancer or something like that? And that's how it all got started.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like some crazy.
Yeah, it's like
$30 million
huge,
crazy.
huge. So I'm going to go back a little bit before even the meditation. You saw this because, I mean, I'm a person that I've tried meditation. My ADD kicks in. My mind just races. I never can. What was your journey to get up to this point? I mean, were you? Tell us a little bit about your background, because I'm just curious, because there's a lot of people that maybe like Ron has never really wanted to meditate. So how
wanted or tried?
Well, I mean, it's just I've never even had that on my radar.
Oh,
I mean,
gotcha.
So how do we convince Ron and people like Ron through your journey to come to the festival?
Well, first of all, I mean, this is what you just explained is kind of like the textbook answer that most people say when they try meditation and just give up.
Yeah, we're like,
I just can't stop.
I can't do it.
You know? But what you have to understand is that just by trying, that intent to meditate is actually it's happening. So you're actually meditating. So don't give up and just keep doing it. And if you have to find like a guided meditation, you know, where someone's guiding you through a tape or an audio or somewhere, and then just try that, because at least that's keeping your mind occupied in a focused meditative state, instead of you thinking about like if you left the stove on, or like if you answered an email or whatever it is.
That would be me, the emails. Yeah.
So explain to us what it's called, the Mass Meditation Initiative. What does that mean to a layperson like us? What does that mean? Is everybody going to try at the same time to meditate and try to cause something?
So last year we had, you know, a few thousand
make it rain,
people.
or what are you going to? What's the?
So this is just theories of vibration. So basically, if an average person is vibrating at a certain amount of hertz or in their frequency, depending if it's lower or above certain number, if you can get that number above collectively through a large audience or a large group of people in this collective consciousness, you can literally with that field or that aura that you're creating of this frequency, you can activate so many other people that are vibrating at a lower frequency. So people that are literally about to wake up, or they're like starting to like think about, or they created the reality to be like, oh, this amazing yoga book, or like, why do I keep thinking about that crystal store I was in with my girlfriend the other day? Like something happened to me there. So these are like just little things that are happening that are slowly kind of getting to that subconscious to like, say they're trying to open doors for themselves. So when you get in a frequency that's really high and vibratory, you tend to kind of just peel back those layers, and that's what they call becoming like awakened.
Yeah, but you're talking about this for an individual. What about like, is there something happening with all these
so
people
that collective, you got to think that aura of that energy that's being spread in that park, it's going to be able to blanket the whole world because there is a live stream going on. So people are meditating in every state and country, listening
That's a
to
cool
this
idea
meditation.
too.
So it's like, it's like everyone's just flooding their area until we all connect. Like this blanket around the earth.
Now, is there like some objective that like the whole world will feel better or something? What is the end game here?
The easiest thing to say is we're just doing this all with love, with your heart chakra, opening your heart chakra, because love can heal, and love is the key to all of it. So using your heart chakra and just spreading that heart chakra energy around the world can change so much.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's a good answer to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about some of the people that have attended last year? What was some of the feedback that you received?
Yeah, we started taking some testimonials. I'll play them for you later. It's pretty amazing. It's people just basically saying how DisclosureFest changed their lives. Because of after I've gone to so many tree plantings and beach cleanups, ran into so many other people. And they same thing. Like I keep getting like at least 2 or 3 dozen people by now that it was just coming. Something happened to me at this festival. I'm not the same person.
Wow. Interesting.
So that's
what
what
the
I
tree
mean by
planting
that
thing. That's right up
activation.
my alley. I'm all about that. I think that's fantastic.
Put your
Good
hands
for
in the
you,
ground.
man.
You
I don't mind
grounded.
that. I'm happy to do that. I think that's wonderful. Seriously, I think
it's really
that's
grounding too.
Yeah.
It's like you get that connection to.
And
the
we
earth.
need that, man.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I think it's terrific.
And so I was looking at your website, and there are other events throughout the year. If people want to get involved, do they have to join an organization? Do they have to join something, or can they just show up whenever they want to?
Well, I would definitely go to the website DisclosureFest.org and just sign up to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can sign up for you can do a checklist of what you would like to get involved in and what we're doing, and then you get emails, and then you register so you can keep track. We don't want 300 people on a tree planting,
right?
Like stomping on a bunch of trees that we
planted more damage than good. Sure.
But beach cleanup, let's get 1,200 out there. So it really depends.
How many people do you get for these events?
Anywhere from 200 to 1,200 people, 1,300 people on beach cleanups. We get up to 100, 120 on tree plantings, and we do this with other foundations like Tree People, Ocean Conservancy, Surfrider Foundation, Heal the Bay.
Awesome.
Just to kind of keep the.
Is it all over
community.
California or just
all over? California.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you expanding out to
the trees? We're kind of sticking to like our mountain ranges here, and then the beaches we kind of go as far as like Seal Beach and as north as Santa Barbara.
Cool.
Yeah.
because the festival, 4,000 people, and I'm sure expecting more this year.
Got to be. You got these big names coming to help out. That's wonderful.
People are going to start, from different parts of the country, even world. So are you planning on expanding Disclosure Project and Fest overseas or around the country?
Let's talk
or
about that one on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes, let me get through this
second one, Tony. You're getting
well,
way
I'm a visionary. I like looking forward.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, it's definitely in the works. So, it's just,
But I know,
it already feels like a massive Earth Day.
It does.
Or something. You know how they do those.
But it seems a lot bigger than just only 1 year in. It just when
Yeah,
I look at
no.
the site and hear what
We
you've done,
definitely
I'm
are
just.
planning
It seems like you've been doing this for 10 years.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, I do have a music industry background. I was a
Oh,
concert
okay.
promoter.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
kinda,
that.
you know, so it kind of all, and plus my partner Jeremy, who's amazing. He's in the digital world, web designer, graphic designer.
You did a great job on your site.
You know, he's great at social.
Absolutely.
So like we have a very awesome skeleton crew, and we make it happen.
It's awesome.
So what do you? Does your partner? But does your other family also get involved?
Yeah, you know, last year they weren't around, but this year my mom's gonna be there. Both
Oh,
my
wow.
brothers, my dad's building art walls for the art walk. It's like happening. So yeah, it is.
They're like, hey, that's my
community.
son.
Yeah.
They're so proud.
Yeah.
So what happens? I know this is again down the road, but what happens like with, Contact in the Desert? Kind of outgrew their location. I mean, where would you go? I mean, where would you even think about going if you
Coachella.
outgrew this? Yeah, I guess you would have to go to Coachella. Yeah.
Right?
You know what? It's funny. Like this park, it's like 32 acres.
That's
we're using
huge.
about half of it.
Really?
Yeah,
So
we
you
can-
have plenty of growth.
We can grow right
You
into
get
it.
10,000 people in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And tell us the park one more time.
It's Los Angeles State Historic Park, and it's in downtown LA in Spring Street. I don't have the actual address.
32 acres. You don't really.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Chinatown?
It's right there. You can throw a rock at it.
It's hard to believe that it's 32 acres in the middle of the city.
Yeah, like
even
none of us
left.
have been there. It's amazing.
All right, so before we get out of here, I want to know again. Let people know this is a free event.
It's a 100% free event. We are a community nonprofit doing all these other initiatives. So
Right.
if you are generous enough to, and you feel that you want to contribute some funds or anything, some clothes, anything, just it would be helpful. To
Yeah, and
keep
if you
this
can't go
going.
to this festival, you can still go to the site because you guys are going year round.
Yeah.
That's important to know. You
Yeah.
mentioned that to me at the thing that this is
June.
this is not a one day thing. This is
Right.
this is just a festival that kind of
Like
promotes it.
Earth Day
right.
all year round.
But they continually, so people could still go to the website and still
see what's going on.
see what's going on with you guys. I think that's terrific.
But the June 23rd, summer solstice Saturday. We're always on summer solstice weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
it's
idea.
Like the first weekend of summer.
Didn't even think of that. That's good.
Yeah, totally free. Amazing day in the park. There's going to be a lot of amazing speakers. Just check out the site, DisclosureFest.org. You can get a ticket on Eventbrite. Just kind of give us an idea who's coming.
Right.
We're already.
Are you trying to get an idea?
Yeah, it was a good way to gauge. It's not the greatest, but it gives us somewhat of. We're over 4,000 tickets already.
You're going to have 10,000
Oh my gosh.
this year.
Yeah,
It's going to get
It's-
nuts.
Especially, like you said, I think just because when people hear free, they're going to be like,
Yeah,
okay,
free is pretty.
in the middle of LA, and that word gets out. I don't see how you
The
wouldn't
weather
have
will be
10,000.
great. And it seems like this is a combination of these festivals, all these ones we've gone to. It seems like it's Conscious Life meets Contact because there's little elements of all
Right.
of these things. So it's just like
Bhakti Fest.
Bhakti
you don't
Fe-
have
yeah.
to be in any of these.
It's
Wait,
awesome.
like what?
It's like Bhakti Fest. You got the yoga in there too.
It's everything. I think anybody could go and walk around and find something that would interest them.
Yeah.
Smorgasbord.
Even you, I'm sure you're going to come with a
Oh
story.
yeah, I mean
You're gonna
David
have a
Wilcox
story.
Church will be there. I mean,
He's gonna
I'm
have a
excited about
story.
those things.
Yeah.
Right, Bonnie?
And her juggling, I can't wait to see that worldwide. That's going to be something, Bonnie.
So-
I'm giving you a gong bath, Captain Ron.
Ah,
You need a gong bath.
Let's cut her mic there, Tom.
I was going to say, yeah.
No, the other thing too, I want to tell you. Even
Should I
at
cover
this
my
big-
ears? I don't know.
You say gong or bong? I couldn't.
So just keep in mind that if you're a parent and you got children, we have this amazing Starseed Indigo space
Oh, great.
that's going to have a full day of programming for children of yoga, meditation, drawing the flower of life and other sacred geometry and learning how to flow. I don't know if you've seen that flow dancing flow.
Mm-mm. But I'm
Usually it
sure
happens
Tony will be
with fire.
demonstrating that for
I
us
will.
on
Usually it
Saturday.
happens with fire.
Hey, Bonnie, with the fire.
dancing. And then an amazing art walk with some visionary artists, 2 stages, 10 workshop tents.
2 stages for music.
Yep. And then after the festival, we are going to be premiering Corey Good's movie, Above Majestic, which is going to be on like a.
Now, see, now that goes back to the alien thing again. See, you're covering all these different bases. That's
I mean,
fantastic.
it's all of it. It's Disclosure.
So you're premiering that film there on a giant screen?
Yeah, it's like at Contact Desert, they had like a light screening of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just doing the actual premiere in LA. We got a 50-foot jumbo screen.
Wow.
And you're gonna just lay on the grass.
And is it about the Majestic 12 documents? Or what is it about?
It's
I don't
about
know.
Corey's, journey and a lot of different, whistleblowers and experience and authors and speakers that have experienced a lot.
So is it like a documentary?
It's
or
a full-on documentary, and yeah, it's all about the secret space program and a bunch of cosmic, wonder. I can't wait to really see.
I say
it.
that
saw a
alone would be
piece of
awesome.
it.
You could get 10,000 people just to go watch this movie. I mean, that's terrific.
It'd be fun, right?
Between that and the juggling, I think that's going to be it's going to be great.
So tell us again where people can get tickets. Where can we find the events and speakers? All on the website, right?
Yeah, DisclosureFest.org. You can get tickets right there, and it'll take you to Eventbrite, and just make your way back.
What about
Do they have
site?
to get their tickets here, or can they just show up?
You can show up, but just get your tickets.
You want them to get-
just get a tally. We got to
Right.
get a good tally.
You want to get an idea.
What
of
about,
what's
because LA, what about the parking?
Well, there's parking all over.
Mhm.
We're gonna have we have the parking on our site. We have Metro as a sponsor, LA Metro.
Oh,
So
great.
we're encouraging people to take the
Mhm.
Metro, be green. Like that's all travel and in a productive, sustainable way. But there's parking all around the park. There's going to be right in front of the park. There's wood chips, and then there's a parking lot, and then you can go to our travel page on the site, and there will be more parking lots in the area where you can walk to and from.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's
so you're good on all of it. You're just come and have
I
fun.
have to commend you
Bring
on
your
all
yoga mats, water bottles. I kind of like to tell people to bring a tiffin or some sort of food container. So when you go to a food truck, don't ask them to put it in their and container it as it's going to become trash.
this.
So bring your own containers and things like that. Be sustainable. Learn how not to create trash and be a sustainable, clean human.
Great.
I love that this is I think what a lot of people want and need, especially in LA, but I think it's going to hopefully spread, all over to hopefully change some people's lives.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Together.
We will be there. If you guys watch the show or know our show, come on by and talk to Tony and I and comment on Tony's hair and anything else that you want to comment about the show.
As long as it's nice, I don't care.
It's awesome hair.
It's fantastic.
Actually, you both have
it
great
glows.
hair.
It kind of distracts. A lot of the audience has been complaining that it distracts from the show because of the glowing.
Well, it reflects. It reflects the
Is it the
beams from the
highlights?
Yeah,
UFOs.
it's the highlights that seem to be the. that's what's going on. The highlights.
You both
Yeah.
are kind of the hair
Most of our
guys, I can
comments,
tell.
yeah, right.
All
Go ahead,
right.
Tony.
No, I really appreciate you being here. This is I think we need something like this, especially with what's going on around the world and people having so much distrust in everything and anybody. And I think this is going to really open up the minds and hearts of many people, and hopefully
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 weeks in the Los Angeles State Historical Park. So downtown LA, parking everywhere. Metro is involved, so try to take Metro to save on gas, and we hope you guys show up. I know we're going to be there, and I will definitely have my sunscreen on. Yeah.
You better have more than that because
No, that's it.
Sometimes Tony likes to get a little
Yeah,
freewheeling out there.
Hey, it's the way we are here in California. All right, but thank you, Adrian. I really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
you
It was
being here.
awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
And come back maybe afterwards so you can tell us what happened and how many people showed up and all the good stuff. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell you.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, this is Truth Be Told. I'm Tony Sweet, and we got,
Captain Ron.
what was your name again?
It's Captain Ron.
Oh, okay. There you go. Just making sure. I didn't want to make sure you didn't say
Say
it
goodbye to
loud.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, we love you very much.
Peace, love, everybody. See you in just 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
2 weeks. Peace, love, and hair grease. All right. This is Truth Be Told right here on UBN Radio.